Welcome back to another weapon build video, and today we're going to take a look at the Kronen Prime. One of my favorite weapons, and it's a tonfa, so really great tonfa and one of my favorite tonfas. So yeah, it probably is your favorite as well, since I know a lot of people love using this weapon and it's definitely one of the top 5 of the best weapons. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. But let's go ahead and talk about the tonfa and its stats. Looking at the Kronen Prime, it has a 1.17 attack speed, the 22% critical chance, 2 times critical multiplier, and 34% status. So really amazing and high attack speed as well. You have base damage, which is 21.2 impact, same as the puncture, and 196.6% of your slash damage. So 80% slash damage, and really high. That's the total damage, and really amazing out of everything. Slash damage is what we're going to be focused on. And you need to be mastering 13 in order to use this weapon. And you also need to be mastering 13 to use this weapon, as it says required. So I'm going to let you guys know, definitely let you guys know that you need to have this mastering required for weapons. And I know I have not done that for you guys, so I know couple times that you guys mention this. How do you get higher weapons? What mastering do you have to be at? And I'll start letting you guys know. When I do these weapon builds, I'll let you guys know what mastering requires these weapons for you to be. So definitely I'll keep you guys info on that. But let's go ahead and take a look at my builds. Here's my build. I'm using Sovereign Outcast as my stance, and I really love that mod. I think everybody should use it. Prime Reach, Blood Rush, Vicious Frost, Violent Scourge, and Organ Shatter, all really good mods, and I love Prime Reach to death as well. Sacrificial Pressure and Sacrificial Steel, and the last mod that I'm using is Berserker Fury. Those mods are the next 3 mods that I use, and I'll explain more on Sacrificial Pressure and Sacrificial Steel and why I'm using those mods. Now you can also use Prime Fury as well, because it seems like a lot of you don't like using Prime Fury. Now it all comes down to the weapon, sorry, not the mod, but the weapon. All right, so talking about Kronen Prime, it reaches over 2.07, which is a high, very high, all right, attack speed, and it might be higher than using Berserker Fury. However, you guys can play it however you want. It does not matter what it comes down to. I'm not saying that you have to use it. I'm just saying I just like using it, and I showed it off in my build a couple times. A lot of you just complain about it, so you know, you can use whatever you want. Don't sit there and complain. This build is for my non-Prime Reach users. It's the same setup. However, I'm using for this build Gladiator Might as the next mod, and it gives you 60% critical damage and 10% critical chance per combo multiplier. So same thing as the Weeping Wounds mod. However, we just have more critical damage on here, as we also have Organ Shatter in this build as well. So you'll be doing more critical damage, which is going to apply more multiplier damage more. So that is another great mod to use for a non-Prime Reach build. And just to talk about a little bit more of Sacrificial Pressure and Steel, and why am I using these mods? And I want to also talk about the Prime Pressure Point mod as well, because it seems like a lot of you still to this day is still saying that Prime Pressure Point is not a good mod to use. And I guess I have a little theory on that. I mean, a lot of you tell me is that it's decreasing your damage. Honestly, I don't think that's true at all. I think a lot of you get confused with just like the higher one base damage is, it X's out the other because it's not proccing more of this, or it's not proccing more of that. And I think a lot of you just probably don't understand it as well. So neither did I until somebody actually explained it to me, and so I appreciate that. And yeah, that's what it kind of does. Actually, you need to, you know, lower one thing in order to have the other proc more. And I think that's just everything behind it. Which, okay, Prime Pressure Point is not something in my favor to use. However, Sacrificial Pressure was a really good mod to use, because it doesn't get me a higher, it doesn't boost my damage that crazy, especially for one that I don't need the most. And for example, I wanted more slash damage on this build, and I couldn't really like increase it because the viral damage numbers kept going up. So in order for me to lower that was to use sacrificial pressure, and I'm using both these mods actually still as well, because it does set it to the bonus 2 for the mod, which increases the damage even more. So I'm having pretty high damage for viral, but I have a high damage for slash as well. So both are doing very perfectly. I'm actually getting a lot of slash procs now, and it's just procking more. So I think sacrificial pressure and steel, greatest 2 mods that that really just decreases the, lower the damage a little bit, versus using prime pressure point. Just wanted to explain that a little bit, and maybe I could be correct or incorrect. So it is what it is. You guys let me know what you guys think about that, and let me know about the builds as well if you enjoyed it. And that is all for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Follow me on all social medias and Twitch. Links are in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.